Behind every great technology platform is an even greater enablement ecosystem. Hello, viewers. I am Sonal, and today I am bringing you a sneak peek into what does it take to scale and lead a global ecosystem of training operations. As joining me is Binu Kurup, Director of Enablement, Growth, and Global Excellence at Databricks. Hi, Binu. Welcome to Tudip ATP Podcast. So, Binu, thank you so much for joining us today. It's super exciting to have you with us. To start with, please tell me and my viewers about how does training operation and ATP ecosystem, how are these two related?
This is an important question, and thank you so much for talking with me about this particular topic. In a nutshell, my role is all about making sure the ATP program runs smoothly for my team. And the team I lead is the training operations team, in simple words, or Engage, what it stands for: enablement, growth, and global excellence. So we are not only about operations, we are betting towards the future of learning and enablement at Databricks. We handle everything behind the scenes, starting from scheduling, taking care of all the logistics, coordinating with the instructor, ensuring the program is ready. And as part of that, we make sure there are right quality checks. Our main goal is to make sure we have a very good learner experience. We connect the dots between the ATP partners, the curriculum team within Databricks, and the product organization so that no matter where a class is delivered, it feels it is run with the highest consistency and quality. And if anything touches training delivery, then we are involved in it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as Databricks is growing, and we all know the pace at which Databricks is growing and how things are evolving, I'm sure the ATP ecosystem and the whole thing has evolved a lot. What stands out for you in particular, if you could highlight?
Excellent question. The ATP program over the years has changed quite a bit. Databricks is an organization that is growing rapidly, and to keep up with that pace, we have had to make a lot of changes organically. When I look back a few years ago or a couple of years ago, the program was much smaller and more tactical in nature. Today, the program is global, it is very structured and data driven. Over the years, we've matured our quality, we've improved the instructor enablement. Within the team, we've built better rule sets that will help us optimize scheduling. And we've also built feedback loops with the training partners. So the organization, LNE as a whole, is not just running training classes. We are building a scalable ecosystem that can grow with Databricks' demand. And as we do that, we also want to continuously improve.
Awesome. Binu, I would like to ask you slightly different question, taking a different stand now. Now, Tudip works with you on two different fronts. Like we are part of your training operations. We act as your extended team. And then we are also one of the ATP providers wherein our trainers go on to teach. Now, how do you think having this dual role facilitates, or how does it support, if it does, and if you would like to elaborate something over there?
So Tudip, as you called out, works very closely with us, and the involvement is dual in nature. And because of this, Tudip, your team is able to see the full picture. So as you understand the complexity behind operations, and all of which is behind the scenes, it's opaque to our learners. You guys are also experiencing what it is like to be in front of learners. So with the ATP program, your instructors are in front of learners. This combination creates a really powerful feedback loop because you're able to then spot gaps, call out the improvements that are needed, and then work with my team to offer solutions from both perspectives. I think this unique combination of being in front of the classroom and also being able to manage things behind the scenes makes you and the program much more stronger. And also, it allows us to move in an accelerated manner.
I totally agree to that. Zooming in a little bit, how do you think, what kind of challenges, if you could highlight, what kind of challenges do you think the ATP partners face today? And how does your team help in that? If you could elaborate a little bit over there.
The biggest challenge is to keep up with the pace of change. In a company like Databricks, new curriculums, new delivery tools, new processes, these come out very frequently. Scaling capacity in certain regions can also be very tough. So, for ATP partners, I think making sure all of this is easily managed with clearer documentation, better operational tools, better enablement even for the instructors, and also to be able to provide real-time support as issues come up is the big challenge. And we try to overcome that and work very closely with the ATP partners.
Awesome. Now, Binu, I know you are someone who, I mean, over the years, I've had the opportunity to interact more with you, learn a little bit more about you. And with that, I know you read a lot. You spend quite a lot of time on learning new things. Talking about new things and talking about technology, future, there is no way we can come out of this conversation without talking about AI. So, tell me a little bit, how do you or your team, how is technology or AI influencing training delivery today? Yeah, I think our viewers or anyone into the operations today would like to understand how are you all coping with that and how this landscape is evolving.
You're very right. This is a question that nobody can avoid asking or thinking about. AI is touching almost every part of the enablement lifecycle. Our instructors are using AI to prepare for classes, to answer questions, and we also have tools that personalize responses for our learners. We also have AI powered content, be it courseware or assessments, that are truly trying to enhance the learning experience. Some of our ATP partners are also experimenting with AI, as we can see. And within my team, the way we try to help build on AI is we're building a lot of genies, and we believe in building Databricks on Databricks. So we have conversational assistants that we've put in place. We do have dashboards that give you real-time data, which is then used to make decisions. The team is also experimenting a lot with vibe coding. And with that, we are trying to not only run proactive operations, we are also trying to use intelligence and drive a predictive manner in which we can spot classes that are at high risk and then be able to manage them more effectively and more proactively so that issues could be avoided. So honestly speaking, AI is making training not only efficient, effective, it's also making it interactive and truly allowing us to scale towards the large number of learners that we want to cater to. So to sum it up, as an organization, Databricks is very focused on hyper-personalization, and learning is being integrated truly with the flow of work. So it is not a concept anymore. It is what we see on a day-to-day basis.
So, Binu, you mentioned heavy lifting. I heard that in a couple of conversations. Describe to me and to the learners or to the viewers out here, how does a typical week look like for you and the team when supporting learners and partners and the ATP trainers out there?
For sure. A typical week for my team is currently a balance of operational firefighting and strategic scaling. So I divide the week into three sections. Number one would be execution. This is where our focus is on activating our learners. How do you onboard them? How do you teach them what is available for them to consume? And then making sure the entire process is working seamlessly. We do rely on a bunch of automations so that we don't have to do manual follow-ups. And then these automations help us activate a large number of learners on an ongoing basis and reach out to our customers also. After execution, I would say the second section is optimization. This is where we manage enrollment against the capacity that we have. We also spend a lot of time triaging the tickets that we get in. These could be tickets related to new classes. It could be tickets related to support that is required for an existing class, like a lab not working. And what we also do is we monitor our instructor utilization, because we absolutely want to make sure we are utilizing our technically deep instructor pool optimally. So in other words, optimization is all about how do we effectively use the people and the resources that we have to the highest level. The third section would be insight. So we talked about execution, we talked about optimization. And when I talk about insight, it is all about data. It is all about reporting. We use our AI BI tools to analyze forecasting, ensuring that it is accurate, and also looking at our budget trends, utilization trends, in order to be able to make strategic decision making. So our goal this year, honestly, is to transition from a reactive manual state to an AI native engine, where agents will be handling repetitive workflows that the humans that we have on the team are really focused on very high touch customer engagement. And this truly elevates the type of work the team is doing, and also allows our customers to be way more happier with the service we are providing.
Absolutely. And I am sure they all appreciate the efforts that Training Ops team does. So, Vinu, we had an amazing conversation. Thank you for giving us a sneak peek of how does your week look like, what are the challenges that training operation faces, how your team operates in the shadows. Before we wrap, I think one of the final questions for you, or something I would like to learn, is what excites you the most about future of training, or in general the learning, the way you think the rest of 2026 would shape. Please tell us a little bit more on that.
If there is one thing that is true, that is 2026 will be very exciting, I think, for everybody in the technology industry and for all of us, particularly at Databricks and also the partners that work with us. Technology is what excites me the most. There is so much that AI can do in enablement, and we've only started scratching the surface. So when I think about this question that you asked me, I think the greatest barrier for scale today isn't the quality of the content or the capability of our instructors. It is the operational friction that exists in the system today. And by building thoughtfully an AI layer to the operations that we run, to automate activation, enrollments, think about the end-to-end process, and also redesign it so AI could be something that elevates your operations to bring about growth. I think that is what makes it more exciting for me, because then with your ecosystem, your engine becomes a high leverage engine, and you can very easily, or with that thoughtfulness and mindfulness in bringing AI, you should be able to 10x the learner throughput and scale revenue systematically. I think this would be a high value strategy that not only drives customer engagement, it will also bring in great customer satisfaction.
Binu, thank you so much for sharing your insights and giving us a deeper look into how ATP ecosystem continues to evolve. It's inspiring to see how strong operational excellence is driving innovation into ATP ecosystem. At Tudip, We are proud to contribute into this journey of yours, supporting your training operations and helping drive the efficiency on the ATP ecosystem as the trainers. To all our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to the ATP podcast series as we continue to give you a sneak peek into our journey of becoming one of the six super ATPs of Databricks. Yes.
Thank you so much, Sonal, for this conversation. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And hopefully, we can come back again in a few months where I can proudly talk to you about all the great things the team has done.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you, Binu. If you enjoyed today's conversation, stay tuned for more episodes where we continue to bring in another leader and another insights for you on what does it take to become one of the super ATPs. Until next time, thank you for listening.